It's finally here, the Sonos Move 2. Let's dive in and take a deeper look. In 2019, Sonos introduced the Move, an extremely popular portable speaker. Now, after 4 years of innovation, meet the Sonos Move 2. It's the enhanced successor to the original. While it retains a familiar appearance, Sonos has integrated numerous new features and improvements, making the Move 2 a pretty tempting upgrade. The Sonos Move 2 retains the same identical weight, dimensions, and the rubber base of the original, offering a secure grip and some shock protection. Its IP56 rating remains the same, ensuring resilience against some light rain, dust, dirt, or snow during some outdoor use. Now, the front logo remains in the same place, but it now matches the speaker's color for a little bit more of a discreet look. The Move 2's color options have also been updated to align better with the Sonos lineup. Shadow Black becomes black, a deeper shade with fewer gray undertones, and Lunar White transforms into white, a purer and brighter hue. The USB-C and charging base connection points on the back remain unchanged. However, the provided charging base in the Move 2 feels a little more robust and premium, featuring slightly squared off edges. Now, personal preferences may vary, but to me, the new charging base adds a really high-end aesthetic. Additionally, it includes a smaller power brick that can be conveniently hidden behind furniture. And the USB-C cable also detaches from the power brick now, offering greater flexibility and fitting it into some smaller spaces, unlike the original Move's non-detachable cable and the chunky power brick that it came with. The power button remains in the center of the back within the recessed handle area, featuring the same controls: a single push for sleep mode or a long hold to power it down completely. And the buttons below the power button have also been revamped, with a Bluetooth pair button and a physical microphone switch. Now, the top of the speaker now features the same technology as the Era 100 and 300 speakers, including an indented capacitive touch slider for volume control, which we actually find preferable to the older models. Instead of swiping to change songs, dedicated touch-sensitive buttons for next/previous and play/pause have been added as well. And the voice services button remains for toggling voice controls, but as we mentioned earlier, there's now that physical switch on the back to completely disconnect the microphones. Now, shifting our focus to the interior of the Move 2, Sonos has made a significant addition: a second tweeter. This follows the same approach seen in the Sonos Era 100 and 300, creating a stereo sound instead of a mono, and it has proven effective. The Move 2 features two angled tweeters with custom waveguides, enhancing its ability to produce a wider, more balanced soundstage with impressive stereo separation. Below the tweeters, there's a mid-woofer responsible for handling the mid-range vocals and bass. Now, what's noteworthy is that these drivers are now powered by 3 Class D digital amplifiers as opposed to the previous 2, that are all finely tuned for the unique acoustic architecture of the Sonos Move 2. And to further increase the sound quality, the far-field microphone array sits at the top of the speaker and is used for the automatic TruePlay feature. Now, this will continually optimize the speaker's sound based on the environment and the audio content that it's playing. So whether you're inside a small room or outside at the beach, the Move 2 is going to detect that and change the settings automatically. And it actually does this about every 60 seconds. So you're going to enjoy the best sound no matter where you are. And you can also adjust the EQ inside the Sonos app if you want to get even more customization. And those mics on top, well, they're also incredible for picking up your voice to use voice assistants like Amazon Alexa and Sonos Voice, thanks to the advanced beamforming and multi-channel echo cancellation technology. Now, in addition, you also get control from the Sonos app, AirPlay 2, and Spotify Connect, but there will be no Google Assistant. The next, and maybe most important feature for some people, is the improvement of the battery life. Now, the original Move had a battery life rated at around 11 hours, and the new Move 2 has a whopping 24 hours of playback from just one single charge. That is certainly a significant difference and allows you to take the Move 2 with you on the go to a trip or to the beach without worrying about it dying on you. And you can also plug your phone into the Move 2 and use it as a power bank, since the battery is just so much more efficient. Next, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth are still built in, but they've stepped up Wi-Fi to Wi-Fi 6, which will give you faster and a more stable connection. They've also upgraded Bluetooth 4.1 to Bluetooth 5.0. This is a huge improvement, as you can now watch videos on your phone while connected via Bluetooth with super minimal latency from the speaker's sound. Now, Bluetooth 5.0 also unlocks the ability to sync your music with other Bluetooth speakers in your house in different rooms. You can also use the USB-C port to charge the Move 2 or your phone like we said earlier, or other devices. In addition, you can also purchase a Sonos combo adapter to plug your Move 2 directly into Ethernet if you have some unstable Wi-Fi. But the final use of the USB-C port is a feature we loved seeing incorporated in the Era 100 and Era 300. It is the ability to use it as a line-in with a Sonos line-in adapter to connect a turntable, CD player, or other device. And we just love this feature as it unlocks so many more possibilities of what you can connect to your Move 2. And well, you know the saying, 2 is better than 1? Well, you can also easily pair a second Move when on Wi-Fi for a true stereo setup that will really just envelop you in a wider and more detailed soundstage. However, we do have to say we were a little bit disappointed that Sonos hasn't enabled the stereo pairing over Bluetooth yet. This would have been a great feature to see, and we would have used it a lot to pair two of these up when you're not on Wi-Fi, say you're outdoors at the beach or on the go camping when you don't have a Wi-Fi signal. Now, you can pair the Move 2 and any other Sonos device up, including an original Move, to simultaneously make your listening experience fill your house, patio, or backyard, but remember, it's not going to be a stereo setup unless you have two of the same Move 2s. Now, you also can't use the Move 2 in any theater setups, such as using them as rears with the Arc or Beam Gen 2. Again, this would have been a really cool feature and a really cool opportunity to have a truly wireless speaker as your rear, whereas the Era 100 and Era 300 need to be plugged into power to act as your rear channels. For someone who doesn't have outlets nearby, it would have enabled them to add the Sonos Move on a wall hook or just put on a pair of speaker stands and easily get some rear speakers into their home theater setup, and then also just take it with them on the go when they want some portable speakers. We see this could have been an awesome feature if Sonos added it, and maybe they will in the future. While we do understand that Sonos wants you to use the Era 100 and Era 300 as the rears for the best performance, again, we really would like to see them open up the capabilities for people to have more interesting home theater setups that are going to match their needs. And maybe we're nitpicking here, but we would have loved to see an Ethernet and line-in port on the back so that you don't have to worry about purchasing and carrying around those extra dongles to make those work. Okay, so we spent a few weeks with this Move 2, and we tested the battery, sound, and everything else like we discussed earlier. Now, we connected our Sonos app, one of our favorite product apps of all time, and we're quickly up and running after pairing with our original Move and the Sonos Move 2 on our Wi-Fi. Now, this made it super easy to do some A/B comparisons by simply sliding the volume up and down for each speaker while listening to the same exact song. We started with Chris Stapleton's I Was Wrong. Immediately, we noticed the separation of guitar, drums, and the voice on the Move 2. The dual tweeters played a huge role here, making the soundstage just so much bigger than the original Move, and Chris's voice sat dead center. It felt much more like we had a true stereo setup with a left and right dedicated speaker. When you listen to this on the original Move, it sounds pretty good, but there's definitely less separation, and all of the instruments sort of blend together, giving it a more muddy sound. Chris's voice is still in the center, but so are all of the other instruments competing with each other. Overall, the Move 2 just had a more pleasing sound and defined mid-range vocals, good bass, and a so much wider soundstage. Pairing two of the Move 2s up together into a stereo pair was also a step up in sound improvement compared to using two original Move 1s. This was the same result we had when comparing the Era 100 stereo pair to the Sonos One stereo pair. The two tweeters help separate those instruments and make the small details in the song just easier to hear instead of mixed in with the rest of the instruments. And when it came to battery life, the Move 2 absolutely destroyed the original Move. We played the same songs with the same settings at 20% volume out of the original Move and the Move 2, and after 10 hours, the original Move was dead. After 10 hours, the original Move 2 had 74% battery life, a huge improvement. To us, the Move 2 has stepped up in many departments. And one of the most important aspects is that it does actually sound better than the original Move. The big question that many people are going to be asking is it worth upgrading from the original Move? Now, if you have the Sonos original Move and are happy with its performance, upgrading is probably unnecessary. However, if you find your Move constantly dying or want to improve the battery life and you really care about the best possible sound, the Move 2 is definitely for you. And if you don't have a Move at all and you're looking for a portable speaker, go for the Move 2 instead of the original. It is definitely worth the upgrade. Alright, drop us a comment below and let us know what you think of the new Sonos Move. Are you going to be picking it up or even upgrading your original Sonos Move? We'd love to hear from you. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any other exclusive reviews and home theater tours and everything audio and video on our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.